it's Rena from No Way That's Healthy, and we're making supper again. Now, I thought I was being lazy by throwing a pan of chicken wings into the oven, but then my family tasted them and kept going back for more. And that's when I knew I hit gold. And now, these easy crispy chicken wings are a family favorite. I serve it with my delicious yellow rice and a fresh cucumber salad, and the meal is complete. Now let's cook supper. Time to make the easiest chicken wings you will ever have. We're gonna take a baking sheet and line it with parchment. I'm doing 2 pieces of parchment for easy cleanup, and all we're gonna do is put the wings on top. No oil is needed here. All you're gonna do now is put on the spices. I'm using onion powder, garlic powder, turmeric, cumin, and then paprika and smoked paprika. You can use any spices that you like, but I like to end off with the paprika at the end because of the color. So just shake them on top, nothing else, no mixing in needed. I don't add any salt to these wings just because I find that the wings are typically pretty salty, but that's up to you. If you'd like to, you totally can. Let's put this into the oven and bake it uncovered. No oil needed on top, no spraying it, just baking it this way. Now the spices on top really create a nice crust, almost like you're using flour, and it ends up becoming really crispy outside, but there's no flour involved and just a couple of spices. For the yellow rice, all you're gonna need is a pot and put in some olive oil, heat it up, and then we're going to add in these spices. Here I'm using onion powder, garlic powder, turmeric, cumin, and salt. You're gonna cook the spices in the oil just for a couple seconds to bring out more flavor from the spices so that you have really delicious rice. After the spices have become fragrant, we're now going to add in the rice and give that a mix in the spices to fully coat. And now we're going to add in the water. Give that one more mix and bring it to a boil. Now that it's come to a boil, we're going to mix it, cover it, lower the flame, and let it cook for a little while. At this point, we're going to turn off the flame and allow it to sit for about 10 minutes covered. For the cucumber salad, all you're gonna need is cucumbers, onions, and you're gonna wanna cut these up. So you can either do it with a knife or, you know, I like shortcuts. I love using this mandolin here. Now, if you're going to use a mandolin, you need gloves like this. These are cut-proof gloves. You literally can put your finger onto the blade and nothing will happen. So I highly recommend getting something like this, especially when you're trying to get supper on the table quickly because you're working pretty fast and we don't want any accidents. Another tip here is to keep the root on the onion because number one, it'll help you tear less, and also it'll help keep the onion intact so it doesn't fall apart when you're cutting it. To the cucumbers, we're going to add some vinegar, sugar, and some salt. Give that a mix. The longer it sits, the better it tastes, but if there's no time, it'll still be delicious. I love serving this with this meal because it's so light and refreshing, and with all the cooked ingredients, it's nice to have a raw salad. It's also a salad that I don't need to wash lettuce for, and it makes me very happy because I have no time for that. The wings are done, and as you can see, it's pretty juicy on the bottom, which means that the wings are going to be really flavorful and fall apart nicely, and the top is nice and crispy from all of those spices. A little tip for you here, if your wings do have some feathers on them, it's actually a whole lot easier to remove them after baking. They come off really easily just pulling them out as opposed to before when they're raw. I've just uncovered the rice and I'm just going to use a fork and break it up. Check out the color on this rice. It is so flavorful, so delicious, and we utilize similar spices for both the wings and the rice, making it a whole lot easier to throw together in no time. We have the crispy wings here, yellow rice, and the fresh cucumber salad. I know you're gonna enjoy this one. I cannot wait to hear if you try these recipes, and if you do, let us know below.